Hi, and welcome to the Chamber Corner. My name is Bill Woodard, and I'm the Chamber Director of Smith County, and we're so glad that you chose to join us on this program today. We've got a really exciting program that's going, and my Janie.
Hey, Billy, I'm right here. I'll write down. This is so much fun.
Oh, Janie she's up playing. We're at Kids Central Park over in Smith County in South Carthage, just behind the Crump Parish Park. And I guess Janie was up there playing. I'm going to go to the swings next, so, we're going to have a good time. But while Janie's coming, I'd like to tell you about something. We've got something we're going to discuss. It's called William Walton Days. And if you can see that logo that we've got there, we're going to be talking more and more about William Walton Days. It's September the 28th. And it's going from about 8 o'clock until, well, whenever. And so we'll be telling you more about that. Hi, Janie, you're back.
I know, it's so much fun here.
I know. I'm going to go hit the swings next.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hey, we got something going for you here. We're going to interview some folks, so we'll be right back. Well, we're back, and I'm here with Miss Janie Pettigo, and she's going to be talking to you and I about something called functional fitness. So, Janie, why don't you just go ahead and introduce the subject here, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, actually, this year, we have had almost 40 people signed up for our spring functional fitness program. And for those who don't know what this is, functional fitness is a program that's designed around a full body workout, which includes flexibility or stretching. It includes some aerobic activity, and it also includes strength training, which we provide 2-pound weights, and you can bring your own weights if you want to.
That's about my speed, 2-pound weight.
Well, it's a great way to start,
I don't know
Billy.
if you noticed, but I started sitting straighter and you started talking about this. So
hey, that's a good thing because we work on posture too.
Okay.
But this functional fitness program starts with a few repetitions, and then we work up to 20. It's 2 months long, and it starts September the 3rd. Now, I'll tell you this, it's for any fitness level, and Billy, even a beginning exercise person can do this class.
How did you know that?
I didn't mean to point at you.
Oh, okay.
But last year we had a 27-year-old and a 91-year-old in class together.
Now that's
and they both got
impressive.
Something out of the class. It's an hour-long class. It starts September the 3rd. It's every Tuesday and Thursday at the Smith County Ag Center. Now, there's a few Tuesdays and Thursdays we won't be able to meet because of, the Ag Center being taken, but it will be through the whole month of September and October. Now, even though we have plenty of room over there, sign-up is limited, Billy, because we only have like 22 sets of weights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can only have a class of 22. Is that what you're saying?
Roughly, yeah. Now, we've bought a few more, so we might be able to get as many as 25 in the class. That's why we had 2 different classes in the spring. But this is a great way, and I'm telling you, anybody, in fact, we had a young lady that was just a remarkable woman. She had one arm. She was born with a disability, and she had one arm, and she had problems walking, and she took the class and got a lot out of it, and she was just an amazing person. Anybody can do this class. If a 91-year-old can do it and get great benefits. In fact, I'm going to talk to you in a few minutes about 4 benefits of exercise. But I do want to encourage you, if you would like to be a part of the functional fitness classes, to call the UT Extension office. Our number there is 735-2900. We would love to have people that have never been involved in it to come on out. Now, you will have to have a doctor's approval. You will sign a participant release form because a lot of this starts out with Arthritis Foundation exercises. And so they start with gentle exercises, and then we increase the intensity a little bit, but everybody works at their own pace.
Well, tell me this, if you've got arthritis in a joint or something like that, is this what this is geared toward, helping that?
Yes. In fact, the Arthritis Foundation, one of their mottos for this exercise program is motion is lotion for your joints.
That's pretty snappy.
It really is, because if you have joint issues, the last thing you want to do is exercise, but that's the best thing that you can do for your joints. So I want to encourage anybody, and of course, if you've had knee replacement, hip replacement, shoulder issues, neck issues, whatever, we always ask you to watch carefully with that type of thing. But usually we can tweak the exercises, or you might just, not do that set. But we do everything from full body exercise. We start at the shoulders, we work all the way down to our calves, and we just do some great workouts so you get a little bit of everything that you need: cardiovascular, flexibility, and strength training.
Boy, that's wonderful. I know one, it's been a while back, but I went to the doctor and I'm having trouble with my knees, and it was the oddest thing. They said the best thing I could do for my knees was to walk.
Yes.
And so what you're saying is the exercise actually gives you gains that you wouldn't get normally just
Yes.
out working in the yard or things like that, even though that is exercise.
That is exercise, and that works great. One of the things that we do is to help people strengthen their large muscle groups, like the abs, the quadriceps and hamstrings, the upper leg muscles, and the back, and the gluteus maximus region in the back that we sit on all the time. Those are your three main large muscle groups. But we also work the small muscle groups like the calves and the arms and so forth too. So we do, like I said, a full body workout every time. We have a warm up, a cool down, and plus we love to laugh, and it's great fellowship. Now I will say this though, it's probably just suited for women, so you can't come.
Oh no, I was all excited about this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe we can get a guys class going sometime or
Well,
something.
maybe you could. I'll talk to somebody about that.
Okay.
Or maybe you can learn and teach it. But the class is $30, and you don't pay till the first day of class. But we just need to know if you're planning to attend so that I can get some handouts together for you, and to make sure that we've got enough weights. Now, if 2 pounds doesn't sound like a lot and you want to bring 3 or 5 pounds, that's fine. I was working out with 10-pound weights and found that it bothered my neck, so I'm down to 5 pounds. Do what's comfortable for you, but we do provide 2 and 3 pound weights, so those are available.
Okay, well,
but go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that's wonderful, and if you ladies out there want to sign up for this, you can also call the Chamber of Commerce 735-2093, and we'll be able to connect you up with Janie. We work close together, and I will say this: I really appreciate the programs that she puts on here in the county, because hey, health is so important to each and every one of us. We want to be as healthy as long as we can.
And exercise is a big part of that. In fact, I want to share something with you that there have been several studies that have gone on lately, and one of these was from Wake Forest University. One was from Pennsylvania, University of Pennsylvania. Let's see, there were some others. Salem, North Carolina, that was Wake Forest. And Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and several others. But these 4 studies showed the 4 big benefits of exercise. And I'd like to share this with everybody right now, because I don't think that we've learned enough about why exercise benefits other than to lose weight. But there's so much more than that. And after I had an accident several years ago skating, that's when I realized that it was time to lose weight, get in shape, because I wanted to be healthier. I don't care if I'm not skinny. I just want to feel good and be healthy. And I think that really should be all of our goal, is to be as healthy as possible so that we can live productive lives.
Absolutely.
So with that said, there are 4 big benefits of exercise, and the biggest thing is it reduces inflammation in your body. And do you know what inflammation is?
Well, it's like the arthritis you were talking about, correct?
Exactly.
And fluid and other things.
Yeah. And you know, inflammation has been tied to not only a problem with arthritis and a lot of rheumatoid and diseases and lupus and that kind of thing, but now they're tying it to diabetes, heart disease, stroke, cancer, all these type of diseases. And according to this study, reducing the risk of other if you can reduce your inflammation, it will reduce the risk of other chronic diseases, and it will ease joint pain. We think of it as hurting, but it can actually ease your joint pain. And 4 studies have shown this. Let me share the first one with you. Okay. This is one all of us will want to know more about, and that is that exercise actually keeps you young.
Boy.
Who needs lotions and creams? You've got exercise.
I think I'm going to do some push-ups right now.
Go. Well, it does. Researchers don't really know what causes aging yet, but they know that inflammation is involved in the aging process. As you age, you have more inflammation in your body. And researchers studied healthy men, there you go, ages 65 to 74. They found that the more physically fit and active you are, the fewer inflammatory chemicals that your cells produce. Okay? So, men who were super duper, and not even super duper, just exercised a lot saw a lot of benefit. In fact, it suggests that because exercise controls inflammatory chemicals in your body, by doing so, it will help reduce the decline in function associated with aging. So if you want to look younger, and we all do, then instead of going out and buying these expensive creams and lotions and doing all this, spending a lot of money on...
Oh, yeah, I spend a lot of money on creams and lotions.
Well, you know, I'm talking about all these operations, you know.
Yeah.
Just get out and exercise. That can make all the difference. Another thing they found...
Before you move on, so if I do enough push-ups, I'll look like Elvis.
Well, you got to do more than push-ups.
Oh.
But are you talking about the young Elvis or the old Elvis? I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyway, exercise improves endurance and heart health. And again, this is something I learned when, after my injury, when I was on crutches and in a wheelchair. And I realized that I couldn't go 5 feet on crutches without being out of breath. It really shocked me because I thought I was in better shape than that. But I knew I'd put on about 30 or 40 pounds over the years, but I didn't realize that what I was doing was actually harming me because I wasn't exercising and I needed to lose weight. And so what they found was that as you increase your endurance exercises would be anything that you do continually for a certain amount of time. Now, I noticed a few moments ago we had a guy that was running the track around here.
Right.
That's an endurance exercise. Walking long distances can be an endurance exercise.
So walking counts for this as well?
Sure. But you know, you don't want to sauna. You got to put a little bit into it so that that breeze feels good, by the way, doesn't it?
That's excellent.
You got to remember it's August, folks. But anyway, so we're sweating a little bit out here. But inflammatory conditions such as arthritis will increase the risk of heart disease. And because inflammation affects the joints and the arteries, that means that the blood doesn't flow as well when there's inflammation. So they're finding that as you exercise, it will actually increase the blood flow when it's an endurance exercise, which will help reduce your chances of cardiovascular disease. Remember that your heart is a muscle. And so if you are not exercising it, just like you do your biceps or your quadriceps or your stomach, if you're not exercising it, it's actually just atrophying, really.
Well, and one of the things I heard on the radio, one of the presidents, they just found it has had a blockage in his heart, and they put a stent in. And the one thing that they mentioned is that it was a genetic trait that actually caused this. But what they also mentioned is the fact that he does a daily exercise routine, and he is doing this, has been doing this for many years. He is much better off than he would have been otherwise.
Exactly.
The exercise, it kind of puts those things further down the road.
It does. Well, and again, it goes back to the aging thing. You know, it keeps you younger longer. Let's see. They also found that, here's the third thing, 2 important reasons to exercise is arthritis and diabetes. You may say, well, what does arthritis have to do with diabetes? The same inflammatory chemicals that are associated with like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, all of those arthritic type diseases can block insulin receptors. Okay? So if you're diabetic, you'll know kind of the lingo here. But this makes, when your insulin receptors are blocked, it makes cells resist the benefits of insulin.
And that's like type 2 diabetes. That's kind of a description of that, right?
Yeah. And this condition of insulin resistance can progress into diabetes if it continues to resist the insulin. And so what they found is that as you exercise, it actually causes your body to use the glucose rather than storing it up.
Oh, I see.
And so it helps to decrease your chances as much as 16%. So it may reduce your joint pain and help with to keep you from having diabetes.
There's a runner coming back by.
Oh, yeah, there's a runner over here. Okay, and the fourth thing, the fourth big benefit is exercise, not just counting calories, counts. Most of the time when people want to lose weight, they cut back on their food content. But what happens is that their metabolism slows because they're not getting enough food to keep their metabolism going. And so they lose a lot of weight, and suddenly everything just plateaus. They stop losing weight. So if you include exercise, along with your cutting back calories, you can lose it twice as fast, and some people more than that. So those are some of the reasons why you can lose weight. And by the way, it said a study of obese postmenopausal women that were researched, they found that while diet alone for 6 months decreased the total amount of abdominal fat, to decrease, it did not decrease the levels of inflammatory compounds. So again, it goes back to inflammation. We're finding more and more that it's a dangerous, dangerous thing. So that's why people need to be in functional fitness. It starts September the 3rd, every Tuesday and Thursday. Give us a call if you're interested. It's $30 for 2 months, every Tuesday and Thursday, with the exception of a few Thursdays. But we'd love to have you. Give us a call, 735-2900.
Or 735-2093, and we can help you out.
We'll be glad to sign you up.
Well, we're still here at Kids Central, and we hope you're enjoying the program. We have a special guest with us. This is Mayor Michael Nesbitt.
Hello.
And Mayor, we're so glad that you came to be with us today.
Yes, sir.
And I asked you, and Janie asked you to come because we wanted to hear about Kids Central and what's going on here, because you've got a celebration that's starting here pretty soon. So first off, tell us, when is it?
Okay, September 14th is the date. It's from 10 to 2. 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we'll be serving dinner at 12 o'clock.
Okay, and tell me basically what goes on during this celebration. What do you guys do?
Okay, let me kind of back up just a little bit. How this came about. Of course, the playground here at Kids Central Park was built, I believe, in 2006, somewhere in that area.
Right.
And it was one of the leadership group's project, and they actually put together donations to build this park. Believe it or not, this playground you see cost around $160,000.
Wow, that's
So
an amazing figure.
It is, and I won't ever forget that, because I kept thinking, how in the world would a playground cost $160,000? There's a lot of things that went into this project. We actually hired a group out of Ithaca, New York, to come in and actually do the engineering design. They worked with us the week that we were building this, but before this was here, we wanted to have something kind of like what is down in Lebanon, in Wilson County, the Don Fox Park. And,
Right.
I think that we have an equal to, in Smith County. So the leadership group started putting this together, and they had donations, but they were short a little bit, and the county kicked in, I think, somewhere around $80,000 to $100,000 of that $160,000, and built this park. And it's a great park. It's a place for kids. I saw a little girl come down here just a few minutes ago.
Well, they're
she's
swinging
right now.
They're swinging right now.
That's right. So it's a good project. But what I found out is through all of this, and by the way, they built this in a week.
Yeah, I remember.
In a week's time. You were here.
I actually got to be
Right.
here.
And it rained like 2 or 3 days that week, so
Yeah.
we were in the mud and all that stuff all week long. I thought when they told me it'd be built in a week, I said, there's no way you can build something like this in a week. But everybody come together. I think we had over 800 volunteers from Smith County that actually came in and actually worked on this park. But what I noticed real soon after we built the park, I didn't see people taking advantage of the park. And I thought, this is too much of a good thing to waste. And I thought, let's have some type of celebration, have people come in and let's give away food. As you know, when you give away food, what comes after that?
People usually come.
People come, and they like free food,
Yeah.
right? Of course, we try to be healthy, but this day we serve hamburgers and hot dogs, okay? It may not be the healthiest food, but, there's a lot of people come. The first year we did this, we had about 600, 700 people that came through the line, and next year we did it, it was about 800. So I'm thinking this is the third year that we're doing this, so we're expecting 800 to 1,000 people to come out. And what I wanted to see people do, I wanted to see moms and dads bring their kids down to the park, let them see it, and if they came that day because of food, entertainment, games, those kind of things, they may come back another time and just to enjoy the playground. And what that would encourage people to do is exercise, get out, enjoy the fresh air, the birds. I mean, this is a peaceful place, I know we got the highway over here and there is a little bit of traffic noise, but it's really a peaceful place to come. And I just wanted people to enjoy it. If we spent that kind of money, I wanted people to really be able to do what they, what it was intended to do.
Well, and that's a good history. And I know a lot of people in the county worked on this very hard to do this, and they still work on it and keep it up. I believe that leadership group is still involved in the upkeep of this,
Yes,
as
sir.
a matter of fact.
At least once a year, especially right before Kids Central celebration, we'll come down here, we'll remulch, we'll replace any pickets that are broken out. And at one time, there were over 80 of these pickets that people paid good money for that were broken out. So I encourage the people out there listening that you get that word out that we don't want to destroy things that we've actually worked on and did really well. And there were 80-something of those that we had to replace. But I might not be the smartest person all the time, but I got to thinking about what it says in Scripture. People like to come in and do bad things in the dark. And I thought, well, if we light this thing up, maybe we won't do bad things. So we put lights up. Now we're lit up 24/7, daylight and then at nighttime. So we see people that they don't do the damage they're used to. Still, we get a little bit, but like we've had that light up now for about 2 years, and we've got 2 pickets that's been broken out since then. So evidently it worked.
Well, and I know the local police, they patrol this area. Yes. And I know people, they feel safe around here. While we've been here, we've had several people that are walking or running here. And I know a lot of folks come in the evening and everything, so they feel safer around here. And I know a lot of folks use the walking trail.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a wonderful thing that has been done here. But now they do food and they have games. Are there exhibitors or what else goes on during this day?
Well, we have 2 tents that are set up, and a lot of exhibitors, anywhere from health to fitness to education to even how we eat and how we diet and those kind of things. So we have a lot of exhibitors there. They're that direction. Playground, then we'll have 2 tents set up for that. And then they'll have, like the Corps of Engineers, they'll come. They had a boat last year. They showed kids about life jackets, safety. We had the state trooper, it was here, and he'll be back this year with a rollover vehicle that through THP. And it shows the importance of wearing a seatbelt. And the kids, for whatever reason, they love to gather around that thing. It's like a half of a vehicle. And they'll put this dummy, not me, Bill, but
Okay.
another dummy.
I was about to take that personal.
Yeah, they put this dummy in this vehicle and they don't buckle it up, and he turns, and when he turns it and gets it at a certain speed, it'll sling that dummy out, and it'll go 30 or 40 feet. So it shows them that if you're not buckled in, that it is very dangerous. And then he'll buckle that same dummy in and then turn it. Of course, it stays in. It may move it around a little bit, but it stays in the vehicle. So it's important to teach the children it is important to wear your seatbelt. And I think in turn, teaching the children teaches their parents. So it's supposed to be the other way around. The parents are supposed to be teaching their children, but sometimes when we teach our children, they teach us. So that's just some of the things. We have music. Last year we had, I can't remember the name of the group, but it's the one that Mia Miller and Scott Miller, their son plays in it, and there's several of them. It's like a young boys and girls rock and roll band. And the boys and girls really like it. We set up a stage over here, and they play music. We have announcements during the day. Last year we had air evac. They landed the helicopter on the soccer field, and the kids were really excited about that.
So it's just a big day of celebration. And when is that date again? Because we need to have that repeated a lot.
Yes, sir, I agree. Instead of me talking about that, September the 14th, 10 till 2, and dinner will be served at 12 o'clock, or lunch will be served at 12 o'clock. Okay,
and what organizations also, I know we're kind of going over this, but I know there's some organizations, different ones in the county that help do this, the involvement. And I know I'm putting you on the spot. You probably won't remember all of them, but who all is involved? I know somebody comes over from the health department.
Yes, sir. And the Coordinated School Health Program, they come and help with that. And that's Kim Maynard, and also the health department, they actually help with this too. And that's one of their initiatives to be able to get that word out about health and about healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. So the health department, the Coordinated School Health, and Connie Holder, she helps with Kim also with that. And we've got several that are involved. Yourself, myself.
The Rotary Club, doesn't they do something?
Oh yeah, the Rotary Club, they do the cooking. That's the most important thing.
They do the cooking,
yes,
and there's just a lot of people that are involved in this. It's a good community effort, and this park brings people together for that.
Yes, sir. If I could put a plug in about the park, of course, just looking out over the park, I don't know of many places that have a park, in my opinion, that is as pretty as ours. And we've got our baseball and soccer fields up here at the upper level, and then we've got 5 soccer fields here, ranging anywhere from kids can play from 5 years old up to 19 years old. And of course, the county keeps them mowed. The county keeps them, we make sure they're fertilized, watered, those kind of things. So we got a walking trail that's 1.1 miles. So you've got a walking trail, you got soccer fields, you got baseball fields, softball fields, and the playground, all here just within a walking distance.
Well, and also now, I don't know how much time we've got, but in July, we had the Smith County Fair, and this might be a good time to. I know we're talking about something that happened in the past, but I went to the fair. I was there just about every day. In fact, pretty tired after that was over with, but I really enjoyed the fair. I thought it was, and I know everybody says this. Well, that last dinner we had was the best one we ever had, but now honestly, I thought this fair was probably one of the best ones, or maybe the best one we've ever had. Well, give a little recap about the fair.
Well, of course, the fair, this was the 6th year for the Smith County Fair, and it keeps getting better and better each year. The only time that we've failed a little bit is whenever that it rains. Now, I don't know about anybody else out there, but I can't control the rain. Can you, Bill?
No.
So we have to,
A few times in the Bible it was, but very
That's
few.
right. But we, and this year we did very well, and I think it improves each year. We add things to it. One thing I'd like to say about the Smith County Fair, how many fairs in the state of Tennessee have a river that runs by the fairgrounds? So we have a kayak race, we have a canoe float in. Also, the fact that we've got all of this here close to us, we can actually do more and more events every year that it comes up. We even this year we had a coon hunt. Last year we had a coon hunt. How many fairs have a coon hunt? And there was, I think, 14 participants in that this year, and it don't
That's
sound
impressive.
like much, but that's something that's kind of a heritage around Smith County. My father and my son, they coon hunt. And I personally, I don't care enough about walking 10 miles and and not getting. Just looking up a tree and seeing what's up there. But my son and father, they really like that. And, of course, my grandfather did that. So it's just kind of I guess it's a heritage.
Well, I know my grandfather coon hunted, so did my dad. So this is a good thing that the fair is bringing a part of the heritage to us, too. And the farming heritage, I saw my first ever 150-pound watermelon up there.
At the fair?
Yeah. Biggest watermelon I ever saw in my life. I don't know who got
watermelon.
I don't know who got to eat it, but it was a big one.
And was there a songwriters competition also within the fair this year?
There was a songwriters competition, and I remember someone telling me that they had 15 entries, and they were really, really good, really good entries.
Right. And Billy Dean was there.
Billy Dean was there and sung, and they had a talent show. I walked through. Sometimes I help with the talent show. This year I was doing the information booth, but I walked through during the talent show, and there was some young man up there playing piano, and I tell you, it was just absolutely great. Went over to the country music stage, or the community music stage, I should say, and there is a young man out of Defeated, and help me with his name. He plays harmonica, and I'll just tell you, he was absolutely great. He did a great
Wasn't a
job.
Tyree, was it?
I didn't catch his name, and
might have been, but there's a lot of talent here in Smith County.
Well, he was up there with his band. It was a whole band. They were doing bluegrass, and I just don't know. When I came by, he started on. It sounded like a train, and he went into a bunch of other songs, and I don't even know enough about it to explain it, but it was really good. What I'm saying is we had a great fair, a lot of good entertainment, and the rides were great.
Spectacular.
Yeah, at night when you come in and you can see that Ferris wheel and all those lights going on, that was a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Well, Mayor, thank you very much. Is there anything else about Kids Central we need to say
Just
other
remember,
than the date?
September 14th, 10 to 2, come out and we'll feed you. As many people as come, we'll feed you hamburgers and hot dogs and give you plenty to drink and enjoy the games, enjoy the fun, and most of all, just enjoy the fellowship and being with each other.
Well, we're back, and I think Janie's going to tell us something more about Kids Central here. Janie?
Yeah, we appreciate everything that Michael was telling us about Kids Central celebration. Again, it will be Saturday, September the 14th, and it's from 10 until 2 o'clock. And I really want to encourage you to bring your family out. This would be a great time to enjoy family time together. Lots of free food, great giveaway items. There's going to be booths everywhere, music, contests. And by the way, this is a litter-free event. The Keep Smith County Beautiful program, in conjunction with Mayor Nesbitt, will be having a litter-free event. And when we cleaned up last year, and I use that term loosely, there was very little trash because people worked hard to make sure everything was thrown away. So it's an exciting thing for us too.
Okay, and
Now,
I guess
what have you got going on next?
I'm going to talk about William Walton Days. I've got some stuff here, so you bear with me. I'm going to be showing you this. This is our new logo that we've made for the event. September the 28th on the historic square there at the historic Smith County Courthouse, we're going to be having William Walton Days. And I'll just go through, I wanted you to see that logo, and I just wanted to go through some of the events that we're going to have there. We're going to start out at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be the first annual 5K Walton Run, which is the Rotary River Run. Rotary Club, the Noon Rotary Club, they're taking this. It's their event. They're doing it, and they're gonna. If you want to sign up for that, you show up at 8 a.m. there. And I know a lot of people are runners out there, and you enjoy this kind of thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. At 9:30, they're going to give the awards away for this at the courthouse, and that's where the circuit is going to go across. They're going to try to go across the Cordell Hall Bridge if it's available at that time, and then they're going to come back around town, and they're going to end at the courthouse. Then at 10:30, well, actually 10 to 10:30, we're going to have a Walton Grave dedication, and that's performed by the Daughters of the American Revolution and the Sons of the American Revolution. These guys are going to be down there, and it's going to be quite a ceremony, and it's something that we need to do. You see, Captain William Walton, who basically donated the land for Carthage, he sold the government the land for like $1, and because he wanted the town to be there. They're going to dedicate his wife and his gravesite. So if you want to be down there for that, and it's quite a moving ceremony, there will be a lot of people there. I know Representative Weaver is going to sing the national anthem, and I know Mr. Rich is going to be there portraying William Walton and doing the history, portraying him in that period. And you're going to have a lot of other folks that are dressed up and doing things that are period during that time. And I don't want to get into their program, but it's going to be a good program. Then at 11 o'clock, we're going to be at the William Walton exhibit at the Heritage Museum, and they're going to unveil that, and you'll be able to see what these folks have put together to celebrate this man's life and what he did. Then we're also going to have the William Walton reenactment again out on the courthouse steps, and it'll include some of the history of Carthage at that time. Then we move into the music on the steps of the courthouse. It'll be various types of music. There's going to be bluegrass, and it's going to be a variety of things that are going on. Then there will be at 1:30 a reenactment of John Gordon and the history of the city of Gordonsville, and then a reenactment of John Trousdale and the history of Elmwood. Then at 2 o'clock, the DAR essay award presentation. They went to the schools here, and some of the kids are going to write essays about William Walton, and they're going to pick a winner of that, and they're going to give that award there. Then at 3 o'clock, reenactment of John Lancaster and the history of Lancaster, and then we'll have the reenactment of Thomas Smith and Hickman history. Then more music. Then we're going to do another reenactment of William McClure's Bend history, and then a reenactment of James Bradley and Riddleton, and then a reenactment of Tillman Dixon and Dixon Springs. And there's a lot of rich history around here, and it's pretty interesting. When you get into the history, you find out that this hasn't always been a quiet place. There have been a lot of exciting things going on around here, especially during the Revolutionary War days. And the period we're celebrating is from 1760 to 1816, and that was the lifespan of Mr. William Walton. Then more music on the steps, but at 5:30 we've got a real special thing for you. And you need to remember this. If you have an elected official that you know, or you have been around and seen them out in the county, during that time, they're going to have these tickets that they're going to give you, and it's going to have this symbol on it, William Walton Days. You can see that there. And when you see that ticket, it'll have a number on it. And what they are going to do is they're going to give a supper on the lawn, a Walton Day supper on the lawn. And what they're doing is they're going to have pork roast and all the fixings. And it's absolutely free. Now, understand, it's absolutely free. That's hard to believe. But they are going to pay for this as an appreciation to you, the people of Smith County, for your support and what you do for this county to help them do their jobs. And so if you see one of these guys, get a ticket and thank them for this. And also I'd like to mention that no nobody will be turned away, but they do the tickets so they can get a head count so they'll know how many people that they're going to be feeding that day. And that's from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And also we're going to have Revolutionary War demonstrators. I should have said Revolutionary Era demonstrators set up on the courthouse lawn from 10:30 a.m. until the 4:45 time. Also food vendors from 10:30 until 5. And then we're going to do the history of the Walton Road, and that's set up inside the courthouse. Also inside the courthouse, we have the archives. They're going to be open, and so you'll be able to go in there and see what's going on with that. I know that was a lot, but we got a lot going on that day, and we're really excited about that because you know what? Smith County is a great place to work, a great place to live, and a great place to play. There's a lot to do around here. We're going to have a segment in the upcoming Chamber Corners talking about things to do in Smith County, and I think you're going to really enjoy that. You're going to be surprised like I was at how much there is to do in Smith County. So you stay tuned for that. And I think Janie's going to talk to you about something now. Janie, what is it?
You have just piqued my interest. I'm going to encourage people to come to the William Walton Days. That sounds like so much fun.
Oh, it's going to be fun. And, you know, people are going to be going around on the square, and I would like to encourage you to pick out one of your ancestors that lived in the 1760 to 1816 period and dress and become that person maybe. And I know I'm going to try to do that. So I'm looking.
That is fun.
Yeah, it is going to be a lot of fun. And another thing, the reason that we want to dress up is because what we're doing is we're trying to draw people into our county so that they can see what a rich heritage we have. And also, when they're here, they spend money. And you know what that does? That helps our tax base, and that helps us pay for the schools and the roads and all the infrastructure that we need. So this is a good thing in a lot of ways. And all these events that we have, and by the time you see this taping, it will have been already. But Lancaster is having the Fire Hall Jam. And it's a fundraiser for them. But if we get the word out and we get people to come down, like people from Center Hill Lake, they come down to see that. That helps these guys raise money so that they can protect our homes from fire and also all other things that's going on. But anyway.
Helps with infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got another exciting event coming up that you might not think about it helping Smith County, but it actually does. Coming up on Saturday, October the 5th, and by the way, these folks are a member of the Chamber of Commerce here in Smith County, is the Granville Quilt Show and Fall Festival. And it will be held at the quilt show actually will be held at the Granville Methodist Church. And of course, that day, it's not just the quilt show, Billy, it's a whole lot of other things, folks. You really want to come to this because for the last 2 years in a row, Smith County has had the most entries in the quilt show. And I want that to continue. I want us to keep our title. And so, let's see, we'll be taking entries here for the Smith County residents on Thursday, October the 3rd from 1 until 3 at Community Bank. And so I want to encourage you to bring your quilt entries out. And when I say your entries, you don't have to make them. In fact, I often bring my grandmother's quilts so that Smith County will have more entries. And I didn't make those, of course. So if it's a quilt that you've purchased, if you bought it at a yard sale, if your neighbor wanted to get rid of hers and you bought it, just bring them. Or it can be something that someone gave to you, made for you, or whatever. But we've got 17 different categories. We do have a flyer that is available for the quilt show at the extension office. Our number is 735-2900. You can call and we'll mail you a flyer. You can stop by anytime and pick one up. But we're going to try to put some of those out and about and at the Community Bank in Carthage as well. But we'll take entries 1 to 3 on Thursday, October the 3rd at the Community Bank in Carthage. And then the actual quilt show will start at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, October the 5th at the Granville United Methodist Church. And of course, that day they're going to have all kinds of things going on, car shows. They've got great food, reenactments, music. I mean, the list goes on and on. We got a lot of fun things to do around here. And so I want to encourage you to be sure and come to the Granville Quilt Show on Saturday, October the 5th.
And one thing I'd like to interject while you're talking, Janie, the folks at Granville are members of the Chamber of Commerce.
Exactly.
And what they have done, they've sent me some information on what's going on over there, and we're going to be putting that on the Chamber website. And if you want information about that, you can look it up on the Chamber website and find out exactly what's going on. And we really appreciate those folks over there.
Yes,
As a matter of fact, I believe we're planning to maybe go over there next month and be with those guys. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, if you have not been to Granville since all of the reconstruction and renovations and all the things have been added, you need to tune in next month when we do the Chamber Corner, because we're going to show several things up there. We're going to interview some folks there. It's going to be a fun time next month, so watch that one too.
So yeah, make sure you join us at Granville. I also wanted to talk about adult leadership. This is a program that we have here in Smith County, and basically you sign up at the beginning of the year. It's sponsored by it's sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce, but the county court and the county government and businesses around here, members of the chamber, they all support that. And for instance, and just to explain it a little bit, each month they go to a different section of the county as far as what's going on in the county. One of the ones that I got to go on this last month was the Health and Social Services. And we went out to, let's see, Riverview Regional provided breakfast for us. We really thank them for that. We went to the Senior Citizens Center and got a tour of that. Jan was really nice to us, showed us what they do down there. And if you're a senior, then and you want to have something that's really nice to go to and functions, that's a good place to visit. We went to the health department, and there's a lot of things going on there that you need to know about if you're living in the county. We went to the wellness center. You can exercise. Janie was talking about exercise a while ago. In fact, I thought we were going to do some, but I guess she looked at me and decided that wasn't a good idea. So anyway, we went to the wellness center, and they've got the machines there. They've got a trainer. Christy is really good. Yes. She'll help you get started on a program, and this is all provided by the Smith County, and we're glad that they're there. We had lunch at Miss Robbie's, and Miss Ruby Crawford provided lunch for the leadership group. Miss Ruby, thank you very much. It was good. I appreciate that. During the lunch, the Pregnancy Help Center came by. The Smith County Drug Coalition came by, and the Smith County Help Center came by, and they all made a presentation. Then we left there and we went to the Emmanuel House. If you don't know about that, that is a place that helps young ladies when they get in distress or they have nowhere to go. These guys help them, and you know what? It's a very needed thing in the day that we live in, and I'm so proud that Kim Cedar and those guys are over there to help folks, and so that was a good one. We went to Dreyer Physical Therapy. And then Smith County Advanced Eye Care. They've just opened up a shop there under the Cumberland Real Estate Building in Gordonsville, and we're really happy to have them in the county. One thing I'd like to mention, the month before that was the agricultural month. We went to Peaceful Pastures and saw them doing all natural and organic farming. We went to the Animal Wellness Center and saw how they care for people's pets and farm animals too, but mostly the pet variety. Lunch was provided by Farm Credit. Mr. Chris Farrell came by and spoke to us. Then we went to the Smith Farmers Co-op. Mr. Philip Evitz showed us around about what was going on there. Then we went to Catisa Farms, Mr. George McDonald. And some of the folks in the leadership group actually got to ride a combine, and it is one of the most amazing things. You would not believe how modern farming has got and the depths and the level of technology that we're in farming today, but it was amazing. So if you want to learn about what's going on in Smith County, leadership is the place for you. Next month, we're going to do county government and learn about how the government functions around here. So anyway, Smith County leadership, you should sign up for it. Call us at the chamber, 735-2093. And Janie, I believe you had something else.
Well, I was just going to say this year's current leadership group, I think they're going to be putting something up out here like a bench that they're going to be donating for out here. And this, where we're sitting right now, was actually a leadership group project.
That's true.
So, I mean, leadership groups have done a wonderful things. any of you can be a part of leadership. I've been a part of it. Billy's been a part of it. I highly encourage you to be in it.
Yeah, well, the walking track down here,
Yes.
this park, renovations at the courthouse.
The welcome signs at the interstate.
Yeah.
All of those are projects that we've done.
The actual adult leadership class came out of one of these groups, and the youth leadership. So it's a wonderful thing. Anyway, what were
Okay,
you?
I've got something exciting that I want to tell everyone about. This is an annual event. It has been for a number of years. It's the Jamie Evans Scholarship Fundraiser. That's coming up October the 12th. I'm telling you about that now because the date has moved up. It's usually the last Saturday in October, but somebody had the Ag Center that day, so we have moved it up to Saturday, October the 12th. It is an all-day event, and it raises money to give scholarships to Smith County High School students when they go on to further their education after high school. And we have given over almost $50,000 in scholarships to Smith County youth, and we're just really proud of that. But we need your help to make this a success, and we'll talk about this more next month. But be keeping in mind, Saturday, October 12th, we need items donated. We have all kinds of contests, like a pumpkin carving contest, and we're going to change things up a little bit this year. So stay tuned next month when we give you more information on the Jamie Evans Scholarship Fundraiser.
Okay.
Okay, what else have we got?
Well, I guess we need to rush through here a little bit. Walton Road. This is it's actually a corridor that was put together by a group, the state of Tennessee. This is the corridor management plan. And if you pull in on this map here, you can see that the Walton Road starts here in Carthage, and it's got the listings here of Elmwood and Walton Landing and all of these pointed out here. And you can take this trip and you can follow the Walton Road, and you can follow the exact same trail that Mr. William Walton blazed back in the early 1800s. I think it was 1801. Somebody will correct me on that, I'm sure. But he blazed this trail all the way up through to the Cumberland Gap. He gets up here to Morristown, Tennessee, and Kingston in Roane County. And this was the way that the pioneers had to get back and forth. And Congress, the Continental Congress, authorized him to build this road. And he was, I don't know if he had, if William Walton was an ancestor to the Walmart chain, but he had stores and places all along this that he set up for people so that they could, rest, because they put them a day apart, and they would set something up to where you could come and rest. So if you want to do something like this and follow this trail, you come down to the chamber, and you can pick up a map, and we can show you where the trail is. And there's a lot of other trails here. Other thing I wanted to mention, Janie, we have, actually this is an old chamber member, but they helped us at the fair, and I've talked to them, Millie's Country Store, and that's over at Grant Community, and they've got a lot of things going on over there. And if you'll go by and see Patrick and his wife, they would appreciate you coming by and see them. And we're going to spotlight people like this in future chamber programs. Also, I'd like to mention we've got 3 new members, the Super Express Lube. Boy, I didn't say that real well.
Say it past 10 times.
I can't do it. Super Express Lube, and that's Joseph over there, and he's a really nice guy, and you go by and see him, and they do automotive care. Sonic, Miss Diane Smith, a really fine lady. I met her the other day and very impressed, and they've been here in Smith County a long time, and they've joined in the Chamber of Commerce to support what's going on here. And then I'm going to take an application to my friends Darren and Jenny Drake. Peaceful Pastures are going to join the Chamber, and they're going to be a part of the William Walton Days celebration.
Oh,
they
that's
make
good.
soap the way they
Made it years ago.
Years ago, and so they're going to be part of that. She's either going to do that or spinning. I'm not sure. And so she's going to do a demonstration.
That'll be interesting either way. So.
Either way. So anyway, we got a lot of exciting things going on. I'm Bill Woodard.
And I'm Janie Pettigo, and I'm not playing up there anymore. I'm down here.
And we will see you the next time. This is the Chamber Corner.